In a quiet little village nestled among rolling hills and whispering woods, there lived a dog named Bruno. His soulful eyes told a tale of love and loyalty that transcended the boundaries of time and space. For decades, Bruno waited at the edge of the village, near the old stone bridge where the river sang its ageless song, faithfully guarding the memory of his dearest friend, a man named Arman. Arman had once been a beloved companion, a friend who shared his life with Bruno through countless adventures and quiet moments under the starry skies. Their bond was forged in laughter, mischief, and silent understanding, a friendship that even the cruel winds of fate could not sever. Many years ago, in the prime of youth and promise, Arman had left the village under mysterious circumstances. Rumors whispered that he had journeyed to a far-off land, driven by an unyielding desire to chase a dream or perhaps to escape a haunting past. The village elders spoke of his departure with a mix of sorrow and wonder, for his departure left behind a void that no one could fill. Yet, Bruno, ever loyal and steadfast, refused to believe that his friend would abandon him forever. Day after day, year after year, Bruno remained by the bridge, his heart filled with hope and his eyes scanning the horizon for a glimpse of a familiar figure. As time flowed like the river beneath the bridge, the villagers came to regard Bruno as a symbol of unbreakable loyalty, a silent sentinel who embodied the virtues of love and perseverance. They shared stories of his gentle nature and his uncanny ability to sense sorrow in those around him. Children would gather around him, mesmerized by his quiet dignity and the deep, knowing look in his eyes. Even as seasons changed and the world outside grew more turbulent, Bruno's vigil remained unbroken. His existence became a living testament to the enduring power of love and the hope that one day his lost friend would return. The passage of time, however, brought its own set of challenges. Life in the village evolved, and with it, the pace of modernity crept into the quiet corners of everyday life. New faces emerged, and the old ways slowly faded into memory. But there was one story that persisted like an ember in the hearts of the villagers: the legend of Bruno's unwavering wait. Over cups of steaming tea and under the glow of lanterns on chilly winter nights, the tale was recounted with reverence and a hint of wistfulness. It was said that Bruno's loyalty was so profound that even the harshest trials of life could not dim the light of his devotion. The villagers, moved by Bruno's silent plea for reunion, began to wonder about the fate of Arman. They organized search parties, combing through dusty archives and contacting distant relatives, desperate to uncover any clue that might lead to his whereabouts. They reached out to local authorities, posted notices in bustling markets, and even sent emissaries to neighboring towns. Every corner of the region was scoured, yet Arman remained a phantom, a ghost drifting through the mists of time, leaving behind only fragments of his past. One cool autumn evening, as twilight surrendered to the deep blue of impending night, a letter arrived at the village post office. Its envelope was worn and weathered, the handwriting elegant yet hurried, a testament to a long and arduous journey. The letter carried the unmistakable seal of a far-off country, a place known for its rich tapestry of cultures and the echoes of ancient traditions. With trembling hands, the village elder read the contents aloud to a hushed gathering of hopeful faces, each word imbued with a promise of reunion and redemption. The letter revealed that Arman had been on a long, arduous journey, a journey that had taken him across vast deserts, over stormy seas, and through bustling cities that pulsed with life and energy. The trials he had faced were as diverse as the lands he had traversed, each experience etched into his soul with the precision of a master calligrapher. He had met people whose kindness rekindled his lost hope and encountered challenges that tested the very limits of his resolve. But through it all, Arman carried with him the memory of Bruno, the dog whose loyalty had never faltered, whose heart remained open despite the cold winds of fate. The letter explained that Arman had embarked on a quest to find meaning in the chaos of his past, a quest that took him to the farthest reaches of the world in search of an elusive truth about himself. His journey was filled with moments of heart-wrenching despair and bursts of radiant joy, interwoven with encounters that left him questioning the very fabric of destiny. Yet, amid all the turbulence and uncertainty, one thought had always burned brightly in his heart: the unwavering, unconditional love of a faithful friend waiting back home. That love, the letter declared, was his guiding light through the darkest nights and the stormiest days. News of the letter spread like wildfire through the village. A palpable excitement filled the air, tempered only by the bittersweet recognition of years lost and the endless weight that had tested both man and beast. The villagers, united by a collective desire to see the long-awaited reunion, mobilized into action. Local leaders coordinated with authorities and volunteers to trace every possible clue that might lead them to Arman's current location. A remarkable synergy of community spirit emerged, a tapestry of human compassion woven together by the threads of hope and a shared belief in the redemptive power of love. Meanwhile, far beyond the familiar borders of the village, Arman found himself at a crossroads in a land that was as unfamiliar as it was vibrant. In a bustling metropolis that was a melting pot of cultures, he had experienced both the wonder and the isolation that came with being a wanderer. Yet, despite the distractions and temptations of modern life, his heart remained tethered to the memories of his youth, a time when loyalty and friendship were the pillars of his existence. The echoes of Bruno's silent vigil resonated in his mind, urging him onward even as the weight of his past threatened to overwhelm him. Arman's journey had not been a solitary one. Along the way, he encountered kindred spirits whose stories mirrored his own struggles and triumphs. One such individual was Elena, a compassionate soul with a mysterious past who had lost someone dear and had found solace in the beauty of fleeting moments. Elena's eyes sparkled with resilience as she recounted her own tale of loss and renewal, and soon, her path merged with Arman's in a tapestry of intertwined destinies. Together, they navigated the labyrinthine streets of the foreign city, seeking answers in the art of ancient lore and the wisdom of the elders who guarded the secrets of time. Their shared journey became a quest, not only for personal healing, but for a deeper understanding of the bonds that unite us all. A quest that was as much about discovering the world as it was about rediscovering oneself. The more Arman learned about the lands he traversed, the more he understood the universality of hope and the resilience of the human spirit. In crowded bazaars and silent temples, he found echoes of his own longing, a shared human experience that transcended borders and cultural divides. And yet, even as he marveled at the richness of this diverse tapestry, a part of him remained anchored to the quiet village where Bruno waited, his watchful gaze never wavering from the horizon. It was a longing so profound that every step he took in the foreign land was imbued with the bittersweet ache of separation, a yearning to mend a bond that time had nearly erased. The journey was long and fraught with challenges. At times, Arman found himself battling not only the physical hardships of travel, the searing heat of the desert, the biting chill of mountain passes, and the torrential rains that blurred the lines between night and day, but also the inner turmoil of guilt and regret. Every obstacle, every moment of despair, was a reminder of the life he had left behind. In the quiet solitude of his meandering travels, he would often pause to gaze at the stars, each one a silent witness to his pain and his hope. And as the seasons changed, Arman began to understand that the path to redemption was paved with sacrifice, resilience, and the willingness to embrace the unknown. Back in the village, Bruno's vigil became a beacon of hope for the local people. Stories of the dog's unwavering loyalty resonated deeply with those who had faced their own trials and losses. The villagers, inspired by Bruno's silent perseverance, began to hold small gatherings near the old stone bridge, an impromptu community that celebrated the simple yet profound beauty of unconditional love. They sang songs of hope and whispered prayers into the cool night air, all while keeping an eye on the horizon, waiting for the day when the lost friend would finally return. As months turned into years, the anticipation in the village grew. The community rallied around the legend of Bruno, turning his vigil into a symbol of enduring hope. Every person, whether young or old, found solace in the belief that love, no matter how deeply buried by time or distance, would eventually triumph over adversity. And while some questioned whether Arman would ever return, the collective faith of the villagers remained unshaken. A faith nurtured by the silent promise in Bruno's eyes and the whispered legacy of a friendship that had withstood the test of time. In a distant land, amid the cacophony of urban life and the ceaseless hum of modernity, Arman felt a stirring in his heart, a call that could no longer be ignored. He recalled the faces of those who had stood by him, the gentle words of encouragement from strangers, and the unwavering memory of Bruno's waiting eyes. That call grew louder with each passing day until it became a roar, a relentless reminder that his true home lay not in the sprawling metropolis, but in the quiet village where every sunset and every whisper of the wind carried the memory of a promise. Driven by an irresistible force, Arman began to make plans for his return. It was not a decision made lightly, for he knew that the journey home would require him to confront the scars of his past and the uncertainties of a world that had changed in his absence. Yet, the thought of reuniting with Bruno, of finally mending the broken bridge between heart and home, filled him with a determination that transcended fear and hesitation. With Elena by his side, a kindred spirit who had become a beacon of strength in his darkest moments, Arman embarked on the final leg of his odyssey. Their journey was a mosaic of breathtaking landscapes and heart-wrenching encounters. They traversed ancient ruins bathed in the golden glow of twilight, where every crumbling stone whispered secrets of civilizations long past. They crossed vast plains where the wind carried the scent of wildflowers and distant memories, and navigated labyrinthine alleys and cities where every corner held the promise of discovery and the risk of danger. Each step forward was a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, a declaration that even in the face of insurmountable odds, love and hope could bridge the chasms of time and distance. As the day of departure from the foreign land approached, Arman found himself filled with a mix of excitement and trepidation. The final hours were spent in quiet reflection, as he pored over faded photographs and handwritten letters, a collage of memories that captured the essence of a life lived in pursuit of redemption and reunion. The thought of Bruno, waiting patiently by the ancient bridge, was both a comfort and a poignant reminder of the years that had slipped away like grains of sand through an hourglass. In those moments, every heartbeat echoed the promise of a long-awaited reunion, and every breath was a silent prayer for forgiveness and the restoration of a bond that had weathered the storm of separation. The journey home was not without its perils. Along the way, Arman and Elena encountered obstacles that tested their resolve. They found themselves stranded in a remote mountain village during a sudden snowstorm, their path obscured by swirling drifts of white that blurred the line between reality and dream. In the icy stillness of that winter night, huddled around a small fire for warmth, Arman recalled the promise he had made to Bruno, a promise to never let the light of their friendship fade into oblivion. That night, as the flames danced in the cold darkness, he vowed once more that no matter how far his journey took him, he would return to the place where loyalty had been etched into every stone and every whispered breeze. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity of traversing wild landscapes and overcoming countless trials, Arman and Elena arrived at the threshold of the village. The familiar scent of earth after rain, the distant murmur of the river, and the soft rustling of leaves in the wind welcomed them like long-lost friends. Word had traveled ahead of their arrival, and a small crowd of villagers had gathered near the old stone bridge, their faces alight with hope and anticipation. In that charged moment, as Arman stepped into the clearing, his eyes met those of a familiar, steadfast presence, a pair of eyes that had never ceased to shine with the light of enduring love. There by the bridge was Bruno, his fur a tapestry of age and the gentle scars of a lifetime of waiting. The dog's eyes, deep and soulful, seemed to sparkle with joy and relief at the sight of his long-lost friend. In an instant that transcended words, the years of separation melted away, replaced by an overwhelming surge of emotion. Arman knelt down, his hand trembling as it reached out to caress the loyal companion that had remained his anchor through the turbulent seas of life. The reunion was a cascade of emotions, a silent symphony of love, regret, hope, and forgiveness that echoed through the hearts of everyone present. As the village erupted in quiet celebration, Arman recounted his journey, a tale of arduous travel, unexpected kindness, and the relentless pursuit of a promise made long ago. He spoke of distant lands, of snowy mountains and sun-baked deserts, of bustling cities and quiet hamlets where every stranger carried a story of their own. His voice, thick with emotion and tempered by the wisdom of experience, resonated with every listener. The villagers listened with rapt attention as he described the challenges he had faced, the kindness he had encountered, and the unyielding flame of hope that had guided him through the darkest hours of his journey. His words wove a tapestry of experiences that left no heart untouched, a reminder that even in the face of overwhelming odds, the bonds of loyalty and love could triumph over the passage of time and the vast expanses of a divided world. In the days that followed, the village experienced a renaissance of spirit. Arman, now reunited with Bruno, became a living bridge between the past and the present, a reminder that the human heart is capable of extraordinary resilience and that the ties of friendship can span continents and years without fading. The story of Bruno's wait and Arman's arduous journey became the subject of local folklore, a legend that would be passed down through generations as an eternal ode to loyalty, determination, and the redemptive power of love. Every evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and cast a golden glow over the village, Arman would sit by the old stone bridge with Bruno nestled at his feet. Together, they would watch the river carry away the remnants of the day, each ripple a silent testimony to the passage of time and the hope of new beginnings. And as night fell, the stars would emerge one by one, twinkling like the scattered fragments of a cherished dream, a dream of a world where love conquers all, where loyalty is rewarded, and where every tear shed and longing is eventually replaced by the sweet joy of reunion. In the quiet moments that followed, the villagers would often gather around Arman and Bruno, listening to the soft murmur of the river and the rustle of ancient trees as if they too were whispering secrets of the past. These gatherings, filled with gentle laughter and shared memories, became a sanctuary of hope, a reminder that no matter how far life's journey may take us, the promise of home and the bonds we forge along the way are eternal. In every smile exchanged, in every heartfelt conversation, the spirit of Bruno's long wait and Arman's triumphant return was immortalized, a legacy of love that would inspire countless souls in the years to come. The story of Bruno and Arman serves as an enduring parable, a testament to the resilience of the human heart and the unyielding power of loyalty. It is a tale of adventures across vast landscapes, of friendships tested by time and distance, and of the simple yet profound truth that love, in all its forms, is the force that binds us together. It is a reminder that even when the world seems to be spinning out of control, and even when the future is shrouded in uncertainty, there remains a quiet, steadfast promise in every loyal heart. A promise that no matter how long the wait, the light of true friendship will one day guide us home. And so, dear listener, as you absorb the echoes of this timeless tale, remember the unspoken vow that lies at the heart of every loyal bond. Let the memory of Bruno's unwavering wait and Arman's relentless journey remind you that in the tapestry of life, every thread is woven with hope, every moment is a testament to resilience, and every reunion is a celebration of the enduring magic that is love.